This guide shows you what to do if your Windows 7 machine is taking forever to check for updates, or you haven't noticed that you've had updates when shutting down your computer for a long time. This might also coincide with the SVCHOST in the Task Manager running at 50 or above %. First thing we need to do is we need to actually go into the updates. So click on the Start button, click Control Panel, if you see this screen here, double click Windows Update. If after clicking Control Panel you see this screen here, click System and Security twice, then click Windows Update from here. Then we need to click Change Settings. Then we need to click the drop down under Important Updates and select Never check for updates not recommended. Click on this. Then move your mouse down to OK and click on OK. Now we need to restart the computer. This is very important. Don't skip this step. Please restart your computer. Click the Start button, click on the arrow next to Shutdown and then click Restart. Please wait for your computer to restart. It may take some time. I'm going to pause this video whilst the computer is restarted, and we'll come back to it once the computer has finished restarting. When the computer's rebooted, we need to now find out whether we're running a 32-bit system or a 64-bit system. To do this, click on the Start button, move your mouse over Control Panel and click Control Panel. Then click System and Security, or if you have this screen here, double click System. If you've clicked System and Security, click System here. Now, we need to look at the system type here. This will either say it's a 64-bit operating system or a 32-bit operating system. As you're running Windows 7, it's more probably going to be a 64-bit system. Most systems were, but obviously write down whether it's 64-bit or 32-bit. Then we close this screen by clicking on the cross in the top right-hand corner. The next thing we need to do is open up the internet. So I'm going to double click on Internet Explorer. Now, once Internet Explorer is open, we need to click on the address bar at the top of the screen, just to the right of whatever's in there, and that will highlight whatever's in the address bar. Then we need to type WU KRELAY DE/EN, just like it's shown here on the top. Then we click on the arrow just here. This page should now appear. Okay, if we scroll down the page, what we need to do is we need to download each of these KB downloads just here. Now we need to download the one pertaining to our system. Now if we're running a 64-bit system, you should have written this down. You have, haven't you? We need to download all these in the column there, Win7x64. If we're running a 32-bit system, we need to download all these from the Win7x86 column. Now we might not need all of these, but the chances are we will need most, if not all of them, so we're going to download them all regardless. Okay, so I'm running a 64-bit system. The same procedure here applies for a 32-bit system. except for you're just going to click on these in the column here. So first of all, we need to download this here. So we left click download, and the Microsoft web page should now appear. And what we need to do is we need to write down this KB number. So it's KB 3020369. Now this page is being updated all the time, or the page before is being updated all the time, so these numbers are likely to change. So I'm going to left click download here, and it then says thank you for downloading, and we're going to click the save button. So left click save. Okay, that's now downloading. It could take some time to download, so I'm going to move my mouse up to this tab here and just click on the cross on this tab here where it's got download update for Wind, and that then takes us back to the page we was on before, and we want to download the servicing stack update here. So I'm going to left click the download button here, and once again it loads the Microsoft page. So I'm just going to make a note again of this KB number. It's just so that we know what order to install these updates in. So just going to make a note of that on the on paper. Left click the download button again, and in a moment it should say do you want to open or save this file. So left click save, and that should now be downloading. In actual fact the one before is completed, so that's great. So I'm going to click on the cross up here just at the top of the window next to download update for Wind again, and that takes us back to the page before, and I'm going to click download just here for the July 2016 roll-up. So left click download there, and just going to make a note of this number KB 31720605, and I'm going to left click download just here. This should take us again to another Microsoft page, and it says do you want to open or save. So I'm going to left click save. Okay, and then I move my mouse up to the cross just next to download update for Wind there, and left click that once, and then I'm going to click direct link September 2016, the last link here. Like I say, this page can change from time to time. It's being updated on a monthly basis as the updates change, because this problem seems to occur most months with Microsoft since, strangely enough, soon after they brought out Windows 10. So I'm going to left click this one here, direct link here, and this hasn't taken us to a page straight away. It says do you want to open or save Windows 6.1 KB 3172605 x64. If you're running a 32-bit system, that might x64 might say x86. So yes, we do. So I'm going to just click save on that. Now I'm going to click view downloads, and that will show us the state of the things that we're downloading. So as we can see here, I've got 17 seconds left on this download and about 2 minutes left on this download here. So hopefully these should be finished quite shortly. What I'm going to do is I will pause this video while we're waiting for these to download. Okay, so this download is nearing the end. There you go, that's downloaded. So we left click close just here. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to left click the monthly roll up just there under Win 7 x64. Again, if you're running a 32-bit system, download the one underneath in the column Win 7 x86. So I'm just going to left click that one there. That again, that will take us to the Windows update page. In actual fact, it is saying there's a problem. Let's just refresh that page. So here we just left click on download, the one next to Windows 7, not Windows 7 embedded or Windows Server, and then we click on the blue Windows 6.1 KB link. The download should start downloading. Okay, that's just about finished downloading. And once it's finished running its security scan, yep, there you go, completed. I say, okay, so I'm going to click on the cross in the top right hand corner here to close that down, and click on the cross in the top right hand corner there to close that down. As I've got a few tabs open, it's asking, do I want to close all tabs or just the current tab? I'm going to close all tabs, so left click, close all tabs. Next thing I'm going to do is I need to go into the downloads folder, so I'm going to click on the start button, click on the username at the top here on the top right hand side. This will probably have your name or your login name on there, so click that. Then we need to double click the downloads folder just there, and now we need to install these updates in the order that we downloaded them. So the first one, as I wrote down, was KB3020369. So let's double click on that one. It will say searching for updates on this computer. This might take a couple of seconds, and there we go. It's already saying that this update is already installed on the computer, so is not needed. Okay, so we're going to carry on to the next download that we downloaded, and that was KB317746. which is just here, so I'm just going to double click on that, and again preparing the installation, searching for updates on this computer, and there you go. It says, do you want to install the following Windows software update for Windows KB3177467. So I left click yes on that, and then it starts initializing the installation. This part might take a little while, so just let it run, and I'm going to pause this video. We'll come back to it once it's finished installing, or the installation is underway, and we'll go to the next step there. There we go, that's installed, so it says installation complete. So it hasn't said anything about restarting, so I left click close, and I'm going to go on to the next download here, which was KB3172605. So we've got two there, but I know this one without all this extra bump on the end was the first one I downloaded. So I'm going to double click this one. Again, it says searching for updates on this computer. This might take a little bit of time. And there we go, it says, do you want to install the following Windows software update for Windows KB3172605. I left click yes. It's initializing the installation. This bit might, as I say, take a little while. I'll come back to it once the installation is underway. Here we go, it's now installing. The green line's going up. It might stop at times, but please don't worry if it does. This is perfectly normal. Again, I'm going to pause this video just for a moment, because this is going to take a little while to go through, and I'll come back to it as it's nearing the end or ended the installation. And there we go, it's near the end of the installation now, so hopefully only a few more seconds to go. There you go, done, and it's asking us to restart the computer, so I'm going to left click restart now. The computer will shut down, and it will say preparing to configure updates, and it's now configuring Windows updates. It says there, do not turn off your computer. So just be patient with it. It could take a while depending on the speed of your computer. And there we go, shutting down, and we're starting back up again. And here we go, it's finishing off the updates. So again, this bit might take a little while. And there we go, it's given us a percentage now. Again, this might take a little while. It may stop at times and may look like it's not doing anything. If it does, just be patient, just leave it. Okay, and there we go, we're logging back into Windows now. Okay, when we're back into Windows, we need to click the Start button again and click on the username at the top double click downloads, and we need to go on to the next download. So the next one is, as I've got written down, KB3172605 x64 with all the gumph at the end, so I double left click that, and here we go, preparing the installation. And it's now searching for updates. There you go. Do you want to install the following software? Update for Windows KB3172605, and we left click yes to start the installation. So it's now copying the packages to the Windows Update cache, and we're now starting the installation. Again, this bit might take a little bit of time, so I'm just going to pause this video and we'll come back to it when the installation is nearly finished. And there we go, the update is nearly finished. Should hopefully be only a few seconds. That's it, done, and it wants us to restart, so we left click restart now. The computer will now restart. It'll now say preparing to configure updates, and it's configuring updates, and then it will shut down and it will start up again. And there we go, shutting down. And it's preparing to configure Windows again. It should be finishing off the updates. There we go, configuring Windows updates, and it's giving us a percentage. Again, this bit might take a little while, but please just be patient with it. There we go, completed. Windows is now starting. Okay, so again we click on the start button, then click on the username at the top here, then double click downloads, and we go on to the next download, and that's KB3197868. So I double click that, again preparing the installation. Okay, so it says, do you want to install the following Windows software update, security update for Windows KB3197868. So we left click yes to that. Okay, the update is nearly finishing, so we'll just give it a few more seconds, and there we go, it's done, and it's asking us to restart the computer, so we left click restart now. We'll wait for the computer to restart. Again, it's going to prepare to configure updates. This might take a little while, so I'm just going to pause the video whilst we're doing this, because I think you've got the gist of this bit now, that when you shut down after installing these updates, it's going to do a little bit more, and when it starts up after these updates, it's going to carry on configuring. So we're just shutting down now. We'll come back to it in a sec. And it's just doing the final configuring after a restart, so again, might take a little while. Have a little bit of patience here with this. If it does seem to stop, just let it go. Okay, and once the computer's restarted again, we click on the start button, then click on the username at the top there, double click downloads, and if we've got any more left to install, again we just double click on the next one in the list, check to see whether it wants us to restart. If it does restart, and keep repeating that procedure until you've installed all of the updates that the system will allow you to install. Now once you've finished, we want to delete all of these updates that we've downloaded. So to do this, we hold down the CTRL key or the control key. This key is the key that's in the bottom left hand corner of your keyboard. Hold this down and just left click each one of these downloads that we've downloaded, let go of the control key, and then press the delete key on your keyboard. It will then say, are you sure you want to move these 5 items to the recycle bin? Left click yes. Okay, then we close this window here by clicking on the cross. The next thing we need to do is we need to turn the Windows updates back on. Okay, so we click the start button, click the control panel, And if we've got this menu here, we scroll down to Windows Update and double click Windows Update. If we have this type of control panel, we click System and Security, and then we click Windows Update. Then we click Change Settings. Then we click the drop down next to Never Check for Updates, Not Recommended, and we left click Install Updates Automatically Recommended. Then we move our mouse down to OK and left click OK. It will start checking for updates. Leave this for about 2 to 3 hours to see if it finds any updates. It might find them within 5-10 minutes. It could take a few hours, so that's why I say leave it for, say, up to 3 hours. If it says it's found updates, then click on Install to install those updates. And I'd say only install the important updates. You don't have to worry about the optional updates. Just make sure that the important updates or critical updates are installed, and that's it. That's what you need to do if you're finding that your computer's taking forever to check for updates. It might only be a temporary fix. If this problem reoccurs again next month, then revisit this video and check that web page that I gave you at the beginning of the video, as it is updated monthly with new suggestions for new updates, because this does seem to be a reoccurring problem for most months for Microsoft, and follow the latest recommendations on that web page. Well, I hope this has helped, and I hope this solves your problem. Thanks for watching.